Leonard's Road in Northampton once led to St Leonard's Hospital, which was a refuge for lepers. It was founded by a Norman knight and continued until the 17th century, though by then it only housed one leper. Nowadays, what most of us will know about leprosy is what we read in the Bible. And when we read of leprosy in the Gospels, it's a dreaded disease and lepers are shunned. Well, this reading says that Naaman suffered from leprosy. So how come he was commander of the army of the king of Aram? We believe that Naaman suffered from a skin disease, often translated as leprosy, but not true leprosy. Apparently, leprosy as known today didn't come to Israel until 327 to 325 BC, after the return of troops after the Indian campaign of Alexander the Great. That's your bit of history for today. So, not leprosy, but still not very pleasant. There'd been no cure. So when a Hebrew slave girl tells of a Jewish prophet in Samaria who can cure her master, he obtains a letter from his king to King Jehoram of Israel, asking Jehoram to arrange for the healing of his subject Naaman. The king of Israel suspects in this impossible request a pretext for starting a war against him, and he tears his clothes. And then Elisha heard about it and says, "Send him to me." But Naaman bridles at his treatment when he gets there. Elisha speaks to him through a messenger, and Naaman didn't think very much about the River Jordan. And the American writer Mark Twain, after a visit in 1869, wrote, "When I was a boy, I somehow got the impression that the River Jordan was 4,000 miles long and 35 miles wide. It's only 90 miles long and so crooked that a man doesn't know which side of it's on half the time. It's not any wider than Broadway in New York." Well, another servant persuades Naaman to do as Elisha said, and when he does so, he is healed. What attracts me in this story is the role of servants. First of all, his wife's servant girl bravely talks about the prophet in Samaria, Elisha. She is only a slave, but she finds courage to speak up. And then there's the servants of Naaman. They more or less say, "What have you got to lose?" The gospel reading today, which is from Luke 10, tells of Jesus sending 70 followers to every town and place where he was about to go. He told them, "I'm sending you out like lambs among wolves." The servants in this story could have felt like that, and it still seems like that today when we want to speak of our Christian faith. Can we copy the confidence of the servant girl? To recognize opportunity to speak of him because it could transform someone's life. Amen.